Our children are speaking, but we're not listening to them. They're finding ways to express themselves, but we don't pay attention. How do we decode our children? The world is calling them out there, but they need us to be able to understand them better. I'm speaking to a group of adults who are going to share their life experiences. This will give us an insight on how to connect better with our children.
Kind of close, cock around it cool. Key to the city when I'm coming down the road. Engineer here to stay. GMK by to make that dough. Never though, level up, started from the bottom spot. Never that better luck every time I.
DRB, how did that start?
DRB started in 2008, 2009 with in school. Basically, we were all in the same school, Malvern College in England, and Fresher and Tobena actually started it off because they were fully into like rapping and stuff, and they started it off, and from there just kept on going.
Did your parents actually accept from the beginning what you were going to do? Because normally we have a script. My children must go to a particular school, they must do a particular course, and we don't pay attention or we disregard what they really want to do. Mm-hmm. So what do you have to say about that? What has been the journey? What was the journey from the beginning?
I think it was difficult, it was hard, and I feel they just want the best for their children at the end of the day. I think that's just how Nigerians are just, that's how we're groomed to think. We come from a very family-based system, so to them it's like, if you're doing a certain thing, it needs to, whatever you're doing reflects on them. Mm-hmm. That's how they think.
One thing that we can all say is that our parents said that, you guys must go to school first. And I feel like they said that in the hope of, by the time they are done, they would have changed their mind. But we stuck to it. So, but we're actually really grateful to our parents. I mean, we had it a lot easier than a lot of people.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Because of the kind of parents we have. I was interested in music.
From the onset?
Yeah, when we were in Greenwood, I used to do music lessons. But all those things, I actually forgot about them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I used to play drums and stuff like that in church as well. And there was for a period, I just completely neglected it. I don't know why. But then, as I grew older, it kind of came back.
Could that have been because of the society and no encouragement?
Possibly, because it wasn't seen as important, I guess. It wasn't seen as important. Nobody really took, only a few people took their children's talents seriously. Only a few people that understood what it could become.
And that is changing now.
Yep. Nowadays, if you see your child playing football at academy street,
it's very difficult for parents to pay so much fees on education, especially most of us that take our children abroad. Yeah. And they come back and want to pursue some avant-garde passion.
100%.
You know, how do we change that mindset?
I think for Nigerians, the problem is really what they're really thinking about is what people are going to say.
Yep. That's the biggest issue. Yeah. That's actually the biggest issue.
And that's the culture thing.
It's a cultural
thing.
So, because what I want to say is, the first things first about why parents don't take into account is when the children are going abroad is, once that happens, their minds are being exposed to the Western world. So your person, or naturally who you are, is suppressed because of those cultural values and those cultural expectations and what they think you should be. So for instance, my whole life, I always knew I was either going to do two things: music or football. That was from a kid, and you go to a place where you're like, that's not possible, you can't do that. You go to school. So you now start making you think that, okay, so now when people ask me questions, even though I know I hate law or reading, I'll start saying, oh yeah, I want to be a lawyer. So no auntie or uncle or mommy that anyone's asking me questions. Yeah, I'll do law. Yeah, law is great. Yeah. So that's what you're saying. And it starts building, and you now start faking the personality or life that you don't even want for yourself, but you're just saying so people can get off your back.
So it's like advice to the parents and advice to the children. Whoever wants to take anyone.
I feel like the parents need to let their children try what they want to do and see for themselves how it is as early as possible.
Supporting in any shape or form is also very important, because there are times when my mom has contributed towards a video or bought me my mic, or my dad or whoever just coming for a show, And if any of that didn't happen, I don't know if I'll be here right now.
Like push for kids to ask questions. That's another thing. When I was in school in Nigeria, if you ask questions, it's like shut up.
Like
they make you feel like you're disturbing everybody. So half of the time, when I don't understand anything, I just have to keep quiet and feel it. So I feel like we need to push for kids to ask questions, because abroad, that's what they do. You ask questions, that's the only way you can understand.
That's the only way we learn. You're all role models, remember that. Remember from what 10 years also said, and all of you, Alfresh and Bob just said that the foundation is what keeps you going. And that is what you always have to remember, that you wear on yourself when you're going out there. Because that's what differentiates you from the other part. I wish you well, and you will continue to do greater things and have more ideas on how you need to put this thing out there. Thank you so much for your time. And congratulations once more.